Hey guys, so I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm going to give you all my very, very quick thoughts on some Disney cartoons. Now, last time I gave you my thoughts on shows that had just premiered, new cartoons. This time, I'm going to give you my thoughts on some new seasons of shows that had premiered. And weirdly enough, they're both Disney Channel cartoons. Those two being season 2 of The Ghost of Molly McGee and season 3 of The Owl House. So, let's start things off with The Ghost of Molly McGee. Ghost of Molly McGee, it's more of the same, I'd say. It's still pretty enjoyable, just like season 1 was so far. Now, it's more of the same, but it's not. New neighbors have moved into the neighborhood that resembled the McGee family almost exactly, and one of them is autistic, which, hey, I appreciate that. Also, the real kicker is that they are ghost hunters, and since the McGees live with a ghost, that's a big no-no. And this is especially hard for Molly, so she has a crush on this boy in the family. So, uh-oh. Also, Scratch is now the new chairman of the Ghost World because he technically defeated the other one. So, that's some status quo changes for this show. We also get to see a little bit more of Scratch's backstory, seeing that he made a bet or made a deal with an old friend of his with this really bad soda back when he was alive. Hopefully we'll get to see more of that as the season continues. But I've really enjoyed this season. It's been a pretty fun ride, just like season 1 was. There is a bit of an overarching story, but it's not like fucking deep as hell or getting really dark yet. I don't know if this show was willing to do that, but it's still a very good, very light show. Now on to season 3 of The Owl House. Now this is a very unique season, not just for The Owl House, but a very unique season of television in general, where it's not a full season at all. It is 3 hour-long specials that are just a season. Because I believe what's supposed to happen is that this show was supposed to have an actual 3rd season, but Disney executives just decided to cancel the show, and rather than just not give them a 3rd season and have them forcefully wrap everything up in season 2, they just gave them parts of a 3rd season. 3 hour-long specials, and that's their 3rd season. Which, that's not how you do a show, man. And apparently, the cat would like to join us. Apparently, Disney just wasn't aware on how popular the show really was. Oh, cat doesn't want us anymore. Like, apparently, no one in the higher-ups at Disney Channel has been on Twitter. So, yeah. Crazy on how Disney doesn't know what their audience wants the grand majority of the time. But we can't really change anything about this, even though each individual special has performed amazingly well to the point where Disney severely regrets canceling this show. It is what it is. This is the season we got. These are the episodes we got. This is the finale we got. You can't blame the writers. You can't blame the showrunners. Blame the corporate fucks over at Disney. But regardless on all of that, what's the quality of the actual season? Pretty good under these circumstances. I really enjoyed the first episode of season 3. Everything took its time in that episode in terms of what was happening. Nothing felt rushed. Nothing felt it was there for too long. The longer running time felt natural. You didn't really question it. And it was basically a really good length. Everything that happened in it worked. And outside of the little montage, it would be fine. The montage basically served as, hey, these are the episodes we could have gotten. We could have gotten an episode where, oh, they're going shopping and seeing what the human world is like. Or, hey, Lucy's coming out to her mom. We could have gotten entire episodes like that, but nope. I'm basically just saying this. These 3 specials are basically what Amphibia Season 3 was, just in one episode. Like, Episode 1 of Season 3 is the first half of Season 3 of Amphibia. Episode 2 is the second half of Season 3 of Amphibia. And the finale is the finale of Amphibia. But they're not bad episodes. I think Episode 1 is still a very well-made episode. And it doesn't feel rushed. I can't really say the same thing for the next episode. Now, it's not a bad episode by any means. There still is a lot of good stuff in it. Lots of great character work, especially with Luz and Amity and even Basha for some reason. We get to see that the Collector basically fucked up the Boiling Isles, basically made everyone his toys. He legit has no concept on the fact that nobody wants to fucking play with him. He's ruining these people's lives. He straight up does not know what death is. Yeah. But he doesn't care. He just wants people to play with him. 'Cause this is what happens when a little kid gets the powers of God. It's great seeing the characters again. Ida lost an arm. Ray's going through shit. King is the Collector's buddy, being a Titan and all. Amity's mom is still a bitch. My main problem with this episode is that it is very rushed. Like, a lot of the things that this episode showcases, like what the Collector and King are up to, how Ida and Rain and all the other guys are doing, the whole resistance that's going on at Hexside, like, all of this shit could easily take up their own 2 or 3 episode arcs. But it's all been squeezed inside this one 45-minute special. And I think the episode does suffer from it. There's tons of moments that easily could have been stretched out for a full season, let alone half a season. And it is entirely Disney's fault for just canceling the show like this. Like, they clearly had a whole season's worth of ideas that they had to squeeze into just 45 minutes. And it sucks. The episode we got isn't bad. It was still a decent episode. But I'd say of the 3 episodes in the season, it is easily the worst of them. Simply because of how rushed it is. This episode would have done great if it had a longer running time, like if it was 50 or 60 minutes instead of 45. Or here's a bright idea, maybe don't squeeze all this shit into one episode, Disney. But things gladly do pick up again with the finale, where things are fast-paced, but it doesn't feel rushed. There are moments where it's fast-paced because action and shit, and there are moments where the characters take time and talk about their feelings and what's going on. And everything pays off in the way that a finale should. And I'm not going to give anything away, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get stuff away. This is your spoiler warning. I think fans will appreciate the ending to this much more than how they appreciated the ending of Amphibia. Because if you don't remember, since it was over a year ago, fans reacted to the ending of Amphibia not with anger, but like, wait, what? No! It wasn't like Star versus the Forces of Evil, where the ending just completely ruined the show for them. It wasn't like DuckTales, where it was more like, what the fuck? And it wasn't even like Gravity Falls, where everyone loved the ending, no questions asked. the thing with Amphibia is that people were just really fucking sad that the show confirmed that these characters will never see each other again. And I think with the Owl House having confirmed, hey, these characters continue to see each other years after the event. They see each other all the time. There's a portal. They're good. I think that is a great thing to have after how Amphibia ended. Even though in the Amphibia tie-in book, which is canon, it confirms that they are working on a new portal. And Owl House and Amphibia do take place in the same universe, since with that little Anne Easter egg cameo in the season 2 finale. So technically, there is very much a possible way for Anne to return to Amphibia. I'm just saying. But yeah, the ending of the Owl House I thought was very satisfying. Like when we finally get to see Lou's mom meet Ida and King, that is such wonderful, very heartwarming, very cute. And it somehow, despite all the bullshit that Disney has been pushing on them, the Owl House managed to end in a somewhat satisfying way. I still don't think it's the best episode of the season. I think that the first episode definitely did things a lot better. It definitely was a great return to the show, mainly because there hadn't been an episode in a while, and it did really take its time. But I thought that the finale was also pretty good. So, overall, I'd say that the Owl House Season 3 was pretty good, but could have been a lot more had Disney execs not interfere with the production of the show and just let the creators make a third season of the show as they wanted to. That maybe the Owl House wasn't even supposed to have 3 seasons. Like, there was barely any filler in season 2. Like, maybe they wanted a little more filler episodes in season 2 and then have a lot more plots in season 3 and maybe even a season 4. I don't know. But clearly none of that happened, and they just got this weird-ass third season with a lot of plot in season 2 because they knew they just didn't have enough time. And that, I think, is the biggest flaw with the Owl House. It's studio interference and not really having enough time to flesh things out. Like, if you remember, back in season 2, like, 3 major plot details were revealed in one episode. Like, Ida being able to control her curse powers, King getting powers, and Luce and Amity starting dating all happened in the same episode. Like, it's a good episode, don't get me wrong, but it's crazy that all this shit happened in one episode. But I think that if Disney said, hey, the Owl House is getting only 2 seasons, and just said that these 3 episodes are in season 2, and just say, just 2 seasons, I don't think people would get as mad. Gravity Falls only had 2 seasons, and fans still love it. But people would get pissed off because Disney still canceled the show. I think the main difference there is that Gravity Falls was always supposed to have 2 seasons. That's what the creators intended. But the thing is, the Owl House was clearly supposed to last much longer than just the 3 seasons we got. But that's my opinion. I thought Season 3 of the Owl House was pretty good. I really enjoyed the series as a whole. Season 3 is just a bit of a mess. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Owl House Season 3 and the show in general? Please let me know down in the comments below. Also, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified on when future videos are uploaded. But until then, I will see you later. Bye.